Hello and welcome back to our second video in chapter 6 entitled Modify Table Size. Now, importing data from a file, this is rarely formatted. So in this video, what we're going to do is format the table we've just gone and imported. And we're going to start by putting the width of the table to the correct width. So let's get started with that. Now, in the last video, we spent some time looking at how we can select a table in various ways. Here is one of them. I'm just going to click on the table tab and it is selected. Now, down here under properties, we'll see that the width has got nothing in it at the moment. So I'm going to put 550 pixels and I press return. And you can see that the width has been created and that all the words are nicely on one line. So when I go into File and Save All and File Preview in Browser, what we get is this effect. So if I'm going to move my browser window in, because of the way the text is set up, relatively or with percentages, that will move in. But you'll see that the table itself, because it's measured in pixels, is not going to be doing very much at all. So that's one way of doing that. Let's see what happens if we do this. So I'm going to take out the 550 and I'm going to put in 75 and I'm going to make that a percentage. Right, so File, Save All, and File, Preview in Browser. Right, look at the difference this time. So we're going to move it in and you can see that the table is able to adjust accordingly, which is very helpful. However, for the sake of this video, we're not going to do that. We're going to go back to 550 pixels. Okay, so now we've gone and done that, I want to show you how we can adjust these columns. So for example, if I go between zone and Fahrenheit, you'll see that my cursor becomes a double arrow. And when I expand the first column, you'll see not only do we have the green number 550, but we've got these purple numbers that are changing depending on how I move the border between, in this case, zone and Fahrenheit. So what I'm going to do by hand, so to speak, is adjust the column. So I'm going to make the first column go from 37 up to 50. Then the next one is going to go and expand to 88. And then the final column, this one out here, we are going to adjust to 390. There we go. Good. Now you may notice on occasions that the sum total of the three columns don't add up to, in this case, 550. This is because of other factors such as padding, cell spacing, and the borders to be considered. Now what I'm going to show you is how to be really precise with the column width, and we're going to be using the property inspector for that. So let me show you. So let's put the cursor above the first column. So remember we were looking for that downward arrow and we're going to select it. And you may find that there is a little arrow down here. Click on the arrow and that will either expand or shrink the properties window. But in this case, what we have is you can see that we've got this section down here. Now I've gone and highlighted the column and I'm going into width and I'm going to make this more precise. I'm going to make this 45 and I press return. I'm going to do and repeat the same exercise twice. So here we're going to do Fahrenheit. The width I'm now going to go and increase to 100. And finally the third one I'm going to increase to 400 and press return. Now I can go and do the same with rows as well. So if I deselect what we've got and I'm going to go over to zone. Now I can either use TR to do it that way, or I can select it very much like that of a column. So instead of having the arrow going down, I can come to the side and I get a side arrow. So I'm going to select this row using this method. I'm going to go to width and I'm going to put in 35 and press return. Okay, so what we've gone and done in this video is we have modified the table, and I've shown you a couple of ways of doing that. You can manually do it by moving your cursor between two columns, or you can select a column, go down into the property inspector and actually put in the number of pixels you actually want. So have a go at that and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.